Ever wonder how hams with just a handheld can talk across an entire city, region, or even across the country? The secret is repeaters. We'll talk a little bit about how repeaters work and how you can access today on Ham Shack TV. Stick around. You're watching Ham Shack TV. I'm your host, Josh, AA4WX. Appreciate you tuning in. Today's video is brought to you by ABR Industries. Excuse me. If you're running a repeater or just even setting up your base station or maybe your mobile rig, feed line quality matters. ABR Industries makes some of the best coax and cable assemblies out there with lower loss, higher durability, and all made right here in the United States. Check out their consumer session at ABRIND, that's Alpha Bravo Romeo India November Delta.com. And if you use my coupon code HamShackTV10, you're going to get 10% off. They're already great prices. We appreciate ABR Industries for being part of the Ham Shack TV family. So a radio repeater system listens on one frequency and retransmits on another frequency instantly. These are usually located on towers, tall buildings, mountains, all to maximize coverage. Height is might. Remember that. Height is might. They let low-power radios reach well beyond the line of sight. Now, most common repeaters are VHF and UHF FM systems. You can transmit on the repeater's input frequency, and it rebroadcasts the output of rebroadcast on the output of the frequency. For instance, and this is the most popular repeater pair in the United States. You could almost use this repeater pair anywhere in the United States and it worked perfectly. For example, the 146.940 megahertz repeater might and probably will be listening on 146.340 megahertz. Your HT talks to the repeater and the repeater blasts it back out at 50 plus watts from a big antenna. Now that range can vary big time. From miles across town to hundreds of miles with linked repeater systems. It all depends on that particular repeater setup. Now, there are features of repeaters. There are CTCSS and DCS tones. These are subaudible tones required to access most machines. The most common CTCSS tone is 100 hertz. The next is 118.8 and then 127.3. I have seen so many different those three CTCSS tones or PL tones. Some people call them PL tones. I've seen those used on so many repeaters. The easy way to find out what a tone of a repeater is to use repeaterbook.com. No affiliation with Repeaterbook. But repeaterbook.com has your inputs, your outputs, your tones, stuff like that. There are also linked repeater systems. I know one of our local repeater owners, he owns numerous repeaters. I couldn't even tell you how many repeaters he owns. He's linked all over the state with a system called M-Tiers. So from Johnson City all the way to Memphis. It's a huge, huge system. That he owns a pretty decent chunk of. These can be tied via RF or by the internet. There are also EchoLink, AllStar, DMR, D-Star, and Yaesu System Fusion repeaters. These are a digital connection, which you'll need a digital radio for, to worldwide that makes worldwide networks, and it's all usually done via internet. You will need, for instance, with DMR, you'll need a DMR radio. Anytone makes a good one. You can find the Anytone radios at Gigaparts. So go check out Gigaparts, and if you use my coupon code HamShackTV, you're going to get double rewards points at Gigaparts. I recommend the Anytone radios for DMR. Those are easy to work with. D-Star. You're going to need either an ICOM radio or a Kenwood radio. Both of them use D-Star. And finally, Yaesu System Fusion. I think it's pretty obvious what kind of radio you're going to need for that. Excuse me. That's going to be a Yaesu proprietary system. Now, you can cross-mode using systems like the open spots and MMDVM, things like that. So you don't 100% have to have that particular radio to match whatever system's on there, but you'll need something to cross mode, a vocoder of some sort. Also, EchoLink. EchoLink you can use with RF. You just use you send DTMF signals to the repeater, tell it what node you want to connect, and boom. Same with AllStar. Now, there is also auto patch. There are very few auto patch systems left in the United States at this point, but there used to be one on Tim Berry's system, WB4GBI, one of my local guys that owns a bunch of repeaters. This allowed you to make a phone call via 2 meters. You dial the phone number with the DTMF pad, and it would make a phone call right there on the repeater. The only disadvantage to that is everybody's going to hear your conversation, so be careful. The other feature is emergency use. Repeaters are often the backbone for public safety, especially with storm NADs. Now, how to use a repeater. You'll need to program both the input and output frequencies and the tone into your radio. You need to identify clearly. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray monitoring, or this is AA4WX mobile. Something like that. If you're mobile, say mobile. If you're not, you're not. You want to leave breaks. Repeaters often, excuse me, my throat's dry. Repeaters often have a courtesy tone to keep people from doubling. Doubling is a big problem with repeaters, but it happens. So leave breaks, leave some gap in your space. You don't want to key up as soon as the other guy stops talking. Follow local etiquette. Short transmissions and avoid monopolizing. If you are talking so long that you might time out the repeater, you got a problem. You know, a lot of repeaters have timeout timers of 1 to 3 minutes. So, and a lot of that is just to keep from putting extra strain on the repeater systems. Most repeaters are open. Some are private and club maintained. So, you don't be surprised if you get kicked off a repeater because you're not a club member. It's not very often, but there are some out there that are closed repeaters. Excuse me, let me take a drink here. So why do repeaters matter? They extend communication reach far beyond the handheld power. They provide structure during nets and emergency operations, and they also encourage community. Most hams' first QSOs are through their repeaters. I don't know a single ham that made their first QSO on an HF rig. It's always VHF or UHF. Now again, before I wrap up this video, I'll let a shout out again to ABR Industries, today's sponsor of this video. If you're running a repeater or even just setting up a base station, feedline quality matters. I can't stress that enough. Your feedline quality matters. ABR Industries makes some of the best coax and cable assemblies out there, lower loss, higher durability, and made right here in the United States. Check out their consumer section at abrind.com. That's Alpha Bravo Romeo India November Delta.com. And use my coupon HamShackTV10 for 10% off. That's whether you're just getting started or upgrading your shack. ABR has exactly what you need. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching Ham Shack TV. In closing, I'll just say repeaters are the bridge that connects hams across cities, states, and even the world. Program a few in your radio, get on the air, and join the conversation. Live, learn, transmit. I'll see you on the repeater. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment down below. Appreciate you being here. 73s, AA4WX, WSCB 693.